guys, I'm Shilpa Shetty and you're watching me on Pink Villa, showing my solidarity. So today I'm going to tell you exactly what my diet comprises of and what I eat. So hope you guys get some motivation out of it and chew your food. So the first thing I do as soon as I wake up is I kind of cleanse my system with warm water. It's not hot, just plain warm water. And before I have the warm water, I have 4 drops of noni juice, the concentrated noni juice, and it really gives me a lot of strength in the morning to cope with all the crazy stuff that I do the rest of the day. And the other very important thing that I do as a ritual every morning is oil pulling. So I take at least 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, cold pressed coconut oil, and I basically roll it around my mouth in between my teeth. It looks really funny. So I do this for like a good 7 to 10 minutes. They say you should do it for 20 minutes, but you know, with our fast-paced lives, if I get in like 10 minutes, I'm like, yay! So everybody knows that I swear by yoga. And yes, I have started doing a lot of different workouts that have been inspired by yoga as well. So I'm a fitness freak. You can actually call me a freak now. Yeah, self-confessed fitness freak. But I don't do it to lose weight, or I don't do it to prove a point to myself. Most people think that you have to contort your body into different pretzelic forms to do yoga, but I don't. There are a lot of asanas that I'm still surprised with. And I'm kind of rediscovering my inner strength and my flexibility with doing it over a period of time. So no, you don't have to be an expert contortionist to do yoga. So I do a lot of workout regimes that help me with that. So it's a mixture of high intensity, interval training. There is core strengthening. I love doing planks, different forms of that. I enjoy burpees. I know it's crazy, who can enjoy burpees? I enjoy these animal walks. So it's not one kind of training. So it's an amalgam of a lot of stuff, yeah. So I discovered yoga around 17 years ago when I was injured. I'd injured my neck and my physio had told me to start doing yoga to strengthen it. And I had a yoga teacher come home and teach me. And then I went on to learn much more about yoga. I realized that it wasn't just great for strengthening an injured part and for rehabilitation, but also great to kind of tone your body. And as I kept learning more and more about yoga, I realized it was not just for your body, but also for your mind. So I think we all need help in that area. So I started off with Ashtanga. Today I do Vinyasa, the Bihar school of yoga. I've tried all different kinds of yoga forms, but what I would tell people is that it doesn't matter what form you're doing, try and keep to the basics of inhaling and exhaling throughout the asanas. And that's what will affect and oxygenate your muscles, rejuvenate your mind and your body, and that's what's important. So I get time in the mornings because I have a son and he goes to school, and there are many times that I'm also inundated with work in the mornings if I'm shooting. So then I try saying that I will compensate for the next day. So it doesn't matter as long as you're not. They say preferably yoga is to be done on an empty stomach, or you can have maybe warm water or maybe a cup of tea. Some people who are addicted to tea, or a small piece of banana. That's about it. You can't go on a heavy stomach and start doing yoga. So even if you do eat, try and maintain a 2.5 hour gap and then do yoga. So it can be in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, after your lunch. They say working out even in the evenings is great, So it gives you a boost of energy. And I prefer to do it in the morning. So my day is pretty simple, and I eat like people used to eat 70 years ago, which means my mornings start at 7 in the morning. I try to get my breakfast in between 7 and 7:30 and 8. And it's a very high fiber breakfast, so it'll be either oats or muesli coupled with fruits. I start off with a raw food, so it's either a banana or grated apple, blueberries in my muesli, and I try to keep it low sugar. So I prefer to use natural forms of sweeteners like honey or powdered jaggery that is very readily available in the market. Now the newest form of sugar is coconut sugar. Even that's great for your oats. So that's my breakfast. That's if it's a vegetarian day. If my mornings start earlier than that, then I start off with this simple smoothie, which is a mixture of almond milk and banana and raw oats and honey. And I can add whatever fruit I want into it. So that's on the go. And then I have 2 eggs. So if I start very early in the morning, they're basically 2 breakfasts. So then I have 2 eggs around 10:30 with either avocado, raw avocado, and maybe a whole wheat toast with butter. And then I have my tea, again with coconut sugar. So I try and avoid all kinds of sweeteners, and I like to keep it natural and clean. My afternoon meal is my heaviest meal actually, and it comprises of either brown rice, white rice, whatever's available. There's a chicken or a fish, some kind of protein, and I like my vegetables. So there's vegetables, and my salad is very, very simple. It's just cucumber and 1 carrot with a bit of sea salt on it. So it's nothing fancy. Then there's sometimes I maybe alternate my heavy lunch with like a yogi bowl, and that's what I call it. So in that one bowl, I basically put in everything. I'll put in salad leaves, I'll put in barley or rice, brown rice, and I'll add some chicken bits, grilled chicken. I'll add beetroot. So it's like a salad come food come everything all in one. So the very important thing that I forgot to mention, that I try to get in a spoon of ghee into my lunch anyhow. When I say a spoon, it's like a tablespoon. So yeah, I have a tablespoon of ghee every day with my lunch. So whether it be in my roti, I also like my parathas sometimes. So if it's paratha and sabzi and dal and chicken, I even have that. So I like that. Then comes my snack, which is like a mid-meal thing that I like. I don't like to keep too much gap between my food. Between my lunch and my tea. So my mid-meal would be just maybe 2 eggs or a sandwich with beetroot and cucumber and potato. I love boiled potatoes, which are just sliced, and a bit of chaat masala, and then make it into a sandwich and just bite into it. It's yum. And that just keeps you from getting peckish before dinner. Then I have my tea in the evening, and around 7:30 with my son, 7:30 to 8, my son, my husband and I, we will sit together and we have our dinner. So that's my last meal, which is a very light, fairly lighter meal than the rest of the day. I like a soup. It can be veg or chicken, whatever. And I don't eat anything raw. I prefer not to eat anything raw. So most people have salads in the night, which is not a concept that I believe in. I have something grilled, or even if it's a sabzi, dal, whatever. I try to keep it low carb at night. I try. But then if I feel like having a mushroom hot pot rice, I'll have that. So there's no hard and fast rule. So that's my day basically. And if I feel like I'm craving for something sweet, I'll have a piece of chikki after lunch. So that's my biggest rule. When you have a child, you have to be an early riser. I love Indian food, and I also love Chinese and Japanese. I'm a foodie. See, that's a really interesting question. Now, because I belong to the beauty business or maybe the body business, we have to take care of how we look, and people can be very judgmental, and I totally get it. But I don't make too many changes because I've already made a big lifestyle change. I don't eat after 7:30 in the evening. I eat very healthy, clean food. So I have a clean diet, so I don't have to make too many changes if I am walking the red carpet or if I'm showing my stomach. Yes, obviously to look more chiseled, like to have like washboard abs and to look flat, you have to make sure that you eat a lot of high fiber, high protein, and making sure that maybe the previous day you don't have carbs. So it's very low carb the previous day if I'm showing my abs. My favorite cheat meal, oh my god, I love desserts, and I love biryani. I love lamb biryani. I love rasgulla, and I love rabdi and hot jalebis. It's my absolute favorite, and yeah, I can give you a long list. I've seen people try it. I think it works a lot for a lot of people, but it's a very hard diet to do. The keto diet, where you're eating high amounts of fat, high amount of actually adequate protein, high fat, and no carbs, and no sugar, no fruit. So I'm like, what a way to live. It's scary. So I mean, I would suggest something like that to maybe someone who's a bodybuilder, who is maybe let themselves go for some time and they need to shred. So, you know, it works really great for them. But there are some people who barely have like 3 kilos to lose and they're on keto diets. And it makes you very crotchety, it makes you very angry because your body and your mind is not getting what it wants. So, I don't know, I find it very strange. So, yeah. So I really hope this helps you guys in the long run, and if you like this video, do like, share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Pink Villa and the Shilpa Shetty channel.